This little session's going to be on how to answer yes or no with a regular plain deck of cards. The 52 cards that you would normally play with, but we're going to be using the 32 decks, the 32 cards of a deck, which means 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, as it is in the Karma card system or the Path of Wisdom card system, as I call it. But I'm going to show you cards and give you some evaluation how easy it is to answer yes and no. But with this card system, you may also bring out some more details. Now, the client or the person to be read can pick out the three cards if you feel comfortable that way. Or you, as the psychic, the intuitive, may pick them out for the person. That's what I do. But whatever you're comfortable with is fine. And again, it's a 32 deck of cards, 32 cards, 7 through Ace, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King, and Ace. And it goes along with the system that I've showed people how to do in my teaching on the YouTube website that I have up there under Alan Venturella or Alan Vee. And we'll proceed, and I'll explain it as we go, and it'll give you some insight, and it also gives answers too, in a lot of cases. Besides just yes and no, it sometimes adds some detail that's interesting. Now remember, we're assuming you pick the cards for the person, or the person picks the cards when they ask the question. Now, if you, as you see, the Ace of Spade, Ace of Club, and Jack of Spade as an example. If you look at those are three black cards. I would recommend to answer yes or no to a question that you pick out three cards, and if they're all black, it's a definite no. But besides that, we have meanings that we have shared in my website, with YouTube, that also go beyond that. See, if the person asks the question as an example, will my son move? And you have two black cards and a young person card like the Jack of Spades that was showing. I would say it probably not, and it would have something to do with the young male. And there's a lot of gossip around it, as indicated by an Ace of Spades. And there's something about the person either being in a relationship or talking about marriage or with another person, which could be a partnership. And the situation would either not come off or be a temporary situation, as indicated by two black aces. Now, if the person asked, will I be able to sell my house, and you came up with three red cards, the answer would be yes. Whereas, of course, three black cards, the answer would be no. Now, of course, you might get a mixture of cards, which we'll go over. But the reason I like three cards to answer yes or no is if one's red and one's black, you really know where. And the third card is the tiebreaker. And that means the shift is towards either yes or no, depending on if it's two red ones, that would be yes. And if it was two black ones with the red one, it would be no. And then we would read the cards as I have given you the meaning to these 32 cards. So go back and check my explanation of double cards and each card's meaning. Now, the King of Diamonds would have to do with an adult or older male, and so would the King of Hearts. The Nine of Diamonds represents extra money, and the Kings would either represent a legal matter or some important papers. So there would be a better money situation with the move and some kind of a deal going on, which would be very agreeable. Now, let's say somebody said, how is my friend his health? And you see, like in this case, the 10 of spades and the ace of diamonds and the 7 of diamonds, you would know that there was an illness there, and the ace of diamonds usually represents a needle or some medical tests or some news of a health situation. It also indicates news. And 7 of diamonds indicates a gift. So something about giving a gift and somebody a health situation, but it seems to turn out more on the positive side because there's 2 red cards involved. So this is the way we read it. We not only gear it into yes and no, but we look at the person and the circumstances. The 7 of diamonds represents a gift. The ace of spades represents a health matter. The ace of diamonds represents a needle or some medical tests. And the 2 red cards out of 3 indicate good results. Now, let's just say somebody said, well, how is my love life going to be? And you draw something like this. You see a couple indicated by the Jack of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. And you know the 9 of Clubs just means for sure. So it's kind of a very neutral card. So it doesn't look bad. Normally, 3 black cards would 2 black cards out of 3 would be bad. But because 9's such a neutral card, and as I taught you in the other lessons, it just means for sure. So there's the couple; they'll be together for sure, and it seems to be pretty good because the 9 of Clubs is not a negative card. Now, let's say somebody says, "Well, what about my job?" And you see this situation here with 2 red cards. Well, the 2 red cards indicate something good. There may be a male involved, as indicated by the Jack of Clubs. The 9 of Hearts is getting something that they want, and the 7 of Hearts is some pleasant news or pleasant surprise. So besides just getting a yes or no, whether it's 2 red cards or 2 or more red cards for a yes, and remember the 9 of Clubs over here is a neutral card. That's in the meaning of our cards. It just means for sure. And you have 2 red cards, you know it tends to be more positive. If you have a bunch of black cards and at least 2 black cards, you know that it's probably a negative situation. Like over here where I showed you the health situation, it seems to point that it's going to be okay, but there's some kind of gift, medical tests involved. That's what's good about this system. It starts giving some details which somebody can read into. If this involved a question about a move, you could say the person's going to move because of either a health situation or they don't feel right about where they are and it's going to work out. And when they move, it'll appear to be like a gift. You see how you can interpret this? And over here, if it was a move, let's just say, rather than what I said, you have three red cards. That's very positive. Extra money would mean maybe the move will either save them money or wind up to be financially to their benefit. That's how you read these things. It's yes and no, and then you look at the cards they pulled, and you start tuning in to the question and what the cards say. So I hope this helps people. It's not just yes and no; it's detail also.